Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Alhamdulillah. نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم منبع العلم والحلم والحكم صلاة وسلام عليك يا رسول الله صلاة وسلام عليك يا حبيب الله صلاة وسلام عليك يا رحمة للعالمين. The compliments that have been given to me, I am not worthy of. Neither a Maulana or an Allama, but a mere student of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept in a very short time that I've been given anything that I say. My dearest Akabir ulama, Hazrat Mufti Shamsul Duha Madazul Ali, Huzur Mufakkir Islam, and Bradharani Waqar, Dr. Iqbal Sahib Madazul Ali, my dear audience, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. मेरी मातरी ज़ुबान इंग्लिश हो गई है। मैं माज़रत ख़्वाह हूँ कि अब तक आप लोग एक बहुत लजीज रसमलाई खा रहे थे, उसके दरमियान मिर्चा डाल दिया गया है। ज़्यादा तौर पे मुझे नहीं लगता है कि इंग्लिश स्पीकर्स होंगे, लेकिन जो हैं, आई होप देयर इज अ मैसेज इन व्हाट आई से। और ये मेरी ख्वाहिश नहीं है, दिस इज अ रिक्वेस्ट बाय माय ब्लेस्ड फादर एंड आई नो व्हाई। वजह भी मालूम है कि इंग्लिश में स्पीच करने के लिए किसी इंग्लिश लेक्चरर को नहीं भेजा, कोई टीचर को नहीं भेजा, बल्कि एक बैरिस्टर को भेजा है जो इंग्लिश में हर लफ्ज़ की तकरार करता है। यहाँ पे आई नो दिस इज डिफिकल्ट, लेकिन वजह सिंपल सी है। It's a very simple reason. My father is looking ahead 20, 30, 40, 50 years time from now. This is the job of a mufakkir. To look at the Muslim Ummah and see where we are now and where we will be in the next 50 years, next 100 years. And the ideal is to sow a seed in your mind, especially the youth, that here stands an individual who lives in the heart of Europe, an individual who has lived all his life in London, who has studied from primary to secondary to university and then further on, in the highest level of academia, acquired the best knowledge that an Englishman would acquire. Yet I still stand here proud as a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. And this is not something that I have done myself. If you see and get the opportunity to visit England, you will see there are many like us. Alhamdulillah. proud of our deen, proud of where we come from, and we are not changing our ways. We are acquiring the knowledge that the West has to offer, but maintain our deen in our heart. And this is where Huzur Mufakkir Islam believes where we should be. But unfortunately, one of the problems that we are having is that we have segregated education into two forms. Dini knowledge and secular knowledge. When we teach education, when we teach deen, we are only teaching deen. We are not applying the dunya. And when we are teaching dunya, the secular education, the maths, the physics, the psychology, the law, physiology, astronomy, we don't touch the deen. And for the last 100 years, this is how it's going. And believe you and me, the dunya is winning. The people who are going towards secular education are taking over the world in every aspect of life. If you see the best doctors, they are not Muslim. If you see the best lawyers, they are not Muslim. If you see the best astronomers, they are not Muslim. If you see the best physicists, they are not Muslim. If you see any of the advancements that have taken place in the last 100 years, none of it has come from Muslims. There was a time when Muslims used to dream that we could fly. Mankind has taken over that. Secularists have created aeroplanes and helicopters. Muslims had nothing to do with this. There was a time mankind used to cut the body open to see what was inside them. What was the problem? The liver, the heart. Now non-Muslims have created scans, CT scan, this scan, that scan. You simply have to go through a machine and the machine will tell you what the problem is. Muslims did not invent this. There was a time when we used to write letters to our loved ones in another city, and we used to wait weeks for that letter to come back, a response to come back. Now with a touch of a button, instantly we could send a message through our phones, send an image, we can see them whilst we are talking. Muslims have nothing to do with this advancement. Mankind is advancing even more. We are now continuing to advance. Electric cars, self-driving cars, clothes that were going to heat and air condition themselves. So much advancement. Yes, I don't see any Muslims in any of them. It is a sad state of reality, and the reality is because of this distinction of knowledge, of education. It is a sad reality that we have to be awakened to. And this is no criticism to the madrasas. Alhamdulillah, if it wasn't for the madrasas, Deen of Islam wouldn't be alive today. If it wasn't for our ulama, Islam would be non-existent. It is not their fault. It is the fault of society of following a system that is imposed on us. We have to change our ways. We have to introduce secular education into religious, and religion within secular education, combine the two. We have the facilities. We have the people. Being an alim, in my opinion, is a foundation of being a Muslim. Being an alim is a foundation of being a Muslim. If you are an alim, then don't stop your education there. Also advance and become a doctor. If you're an alim, don't stop your education there, become a lawyer. If you're an alim, don't stop your education there, become an astronomer. Because I tell you this, wallah, whichever field you go in as an alim, you will be the best in that field. Nobody can challenge you. Because the knowledge you acquire that you seek is from Quran and Sunnah. Not from this book, not from that book, not from any book that is man-made or written, but from a book that has come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is where we need to reach. This is where we need to be. Everyone has different intellectual abilities. Everyone has different levels of thinking. And acquiring knowledge is not easy. We were at the 50th anniversary of Jama al-Islamiyya in Ronahi, and somebody had asked this question, where's this word Ronahi come from? One person said it was actually previously known as Norahi. And this person said that I understand Norahi to mean 9 roots, no raste. This is where the word comes from. This was his intellectual understanding, from his experience. 9 roots coming from going out of the city. Another said, no. No rahi means no roots at all. No rahi. No raste. This town doesn't have any roots coming in or out. Another one said, no, this is not no rahi, this is ronahi. This was a student who came from a privileged background, and he says, whoever comes here, usko rona hi padega. The other student said, no. He comes from a poor background. He says, this is wrong. You don't cry here. Yahan rona nahi hai. Rona nahi. Ro nahi. That was his interpretation. This is a place where you don't cry. One word, 1,000 different interpretations. One word, different ways of understanding based on who you are, what your intellectual ability is, what your background is, what your age is, where you come from, what your privilege is, how much money you've been given. Number of factors affect your intellectual ability. And time changes. If somebody was to ask what was Ronahi 100 years ago, they will explain. It was a small town with nothing. And as time changed, Abadi badh gayi. There's lots of people now. And as time changes, the word changes, the meaning changes. We now understand the new government of this country is now changing the names of cities. Names of cities are being changed as time goes by. But what is this miracle? What is this amazing book? Wallah, 1400 years ago it was revealed to us. Yet to this day, there has been no changes to it. Alhamdulillahi alladhi anzala ala abdihi al-kitaba wa lam yaj'al lahu 'iwaja. Subhanallah. There is no changes, no deviation, nothing in this book. If you read it in Burma, it would apply to you. If you read it in Hindustan, it would apply to you. If you read it in America, it would apply to you. If you read it in Holland, it will apply to you. If you read it in Cuba, it would apply to you. It would apply to you if you are poor. It would apply to you if you're rich. It would apply to you if you're a doctor. It would apply to you if you're a lawyer, or a barrister, or an astronomer, physicist. Doesn't matter who you are, what capacity you have, what intellectual ability you have. This amazing book will apply to you, Allah.